Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks again for tuning into my channel for the latest on Sony's E3 announcements. Today we have a bit of surprise as Sony chose to make a few announcements before their big presentation on Monday, June 11th, and we'll be doing so each day at 8 a.m. leading up to E3. So let's dive into what they have revealed this morning. The first announcement Sony made this morning was concerning a surprise reveal for a new Tetris game that would be built from the ground up to be played using the PlayStation VR headset. This new game is called Tetris Effect and is being directed by the creator of Rez and Lumines, Tetsuya Mizuguchi. While I'm not a Tetris fan, I am certainly interested now that Mizuguchi is handling the project. If you're not familiar with his games, they are amazing works of art that really show his commitment to bringing new and innovative ideas to video games. I had Rez way back on the Dreamcast, and I can remember spending hours mastering its gameplay as it was a fast-paced on-rail shooter that had an art house aesthetic that just sucked me into its world. It was an amazing game for its time, and I am sure that Mizuguchi will put his talents to good work with this one as well. The next announcement from Sony centered on the release date for Sony Ben's Days Gone. As I have stated in previous videos, I am not too enthusiastic about this game, as the zombie genre has become overcrowded and has lost its appeal for me. Plus, when Sony Ben debuted Days Gone, I was sorely disappointed because I was expecting a new Syphon Filter game, not another zombie game. I am just tired of seeing zombie game after zombie game after zombie game. In my opinion, I think it would be awesome to have an updated take on the Syphon Filter series, as it was a big part of my childhood. I mean, you remember the taser, right? Lastly, as Sony will be making announcements about new titles this week, we can only guess what they may be. With Sony Ben working on Days Gone, Media Molecule working on Dreams, Naughty Dog debuting new information about The Last of Us Part 2, and Sucker Punch showing off Ghost of Tsushima, it is anyone's guess what new projects may be ahead. We do have a few clues to go on though. Sony has several studios that it has acquired in recent years that have not made any announcements about the projects they are working on at the moment. Pixel Opus, Manchester Studio, Forward Works, and San Mateo Studio. Now, Pixel Opus is working on Concrete Genie, that's due out in 2018, but they could certainly be working on an additional project. In my opinion, we may see one of these studios debut a project over the next few days, as they have not had a substantial release in recent memory. Manchester Studio was established to create games for PlayStation VR, and with a focus on new PlayStation VR releases this year, they could be showing something. Forward Works is a Japanese studio that has not seen a release outside of Japan, so I am not confident that we will see anything from them at E3. Lastly, San Mateo Studio has also been tasked with working on the PlayStation VR, so we might see something from them as well. Hey, they might have a collaboration with Manchester Studio. Who knows? Alright guys, so that covers pretty much everything Sony revealed today. Let me know in the comments what you think may be up next for this week's debuts, and for E3 especially. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the coming days with more updates leading into E3. Thanks again for tuning in, and your continued support. Until next time, guys.